position as he is at his own spot, if they had to put him there.
Well, sometimes that need does arise, Steve, so they just plug him into that spot here and there. Certainly gives them some flexibility having him around.
Count that one. Hornets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Pass to Jefferson. Kicks it out to Stevenson. Williams against Favors. Williams passes to Roberts. Here's Jefferson. Here's Mr. Clutch. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Stolen by Stevenson. Williams with the ball, and Burks picks him up defensively. And that one's good by Henderson. Here's Mr. Clutch. Launches it. Rebound by Williams. For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Here's Mr. Clutch. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Here's Roberts. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Chicago.
Did a great job picking the defense apart, too. It wasn't just his scoring. Give him credit for his passing in that game, too.
Here's Roberts. They trail by 1. And now Utah, fast break. A slam dunk by Favors.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Yeah, absolutely. They made the steal pay dividends instantly in the open floor.
And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, good idea setting that screen, but the execution wasn't there.
No, it sure wasn't. I mean, you want it to be hard, but it also has to be legal.
Here's Mr. Clutch. The step back jumper is good. Mr. Clutch has got 5. Here's Roberts. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. It's not very often you can say this about the future. Is looking pretty competitive.
So often the season ends and you're thinking about the issues you've got to deal with, but right now the Hornets heading in a good direction.
Hornets trail by 8. And there's the feed to Henderson. He kicks to Roberts. To halt the run. And it's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession. Now it's in and down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with head coach Steve Clifford.
Kevin, I talked to him about the shot blocking they're certain to face in this matchup. He's certainly cognizant of it, and he told me this. If we can play a little more up-tempo and score before their bigs can recover, that will help. Also, getting them on the move in the half court, whether with ball movement or screens, will also serve us well. Kevin, if they can execute, they'll have some success.
Hey, Doris, thanks. Steve, Clark, how do you best throw a defense like this off balance to enable your scorers to get comfortable?
I think the key is you need motion. You can't get too stagnant offensively where you're going one-on-one. Activate the offense with ball and player movement.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And then the other part of that, too, to me, Steve, is you got to be ready to take good shots whenever they come available.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Here's Mr. Clutch. He's guarded by Stevenson. Pass to Cantor. Lots of room. And the shot is good.
And the shots continue to fall as they try to put this thing away.
Yeah, big run here, and they've got their opponents in the rearview mirror.
Let's see the stat sheet here on Lance Stevenson. Lately, he's been untouchable. He's been in the zone. You see how his performances match up. He was 9th shooting percentage, and he's been locked in from behind the arc, guys. He's in the top 20 in the NBA in three-point field goal percentage.
And, Steve, you touched on his outstanding field goal percentage. I mean, he hasn't gotten there simply by having a hot hand on occasion. I mean, it's also a product of how hard he works to find those good open shots.
So for the Jazz, their last game, a win against the Detroit Pistons.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but Didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against a defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Guys, I was able to listen in on what Quinn Snyder was going over with his team. He told his guys their offense needed to run through Mr. Clutch. On the days when he gets going, he can be a huge contributor. And Coach is obviously hoping this is going to be one of those days. He mentioned one more thing, which was that he'd like them to get out and run whenever they get their hands on the ball. Let's play this game at top speed. Those were his exact words. It's still very early in this game, so there's plenty of time for those changes to take effect, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks. And here is Jefferson. After the 3 moments ago from Mr. Clutch. Shot by Roberts, no good.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Their offense already flowing. Some stellar shooting while jumping out to this lead.
Well, high-quality shots, and they've been on target with them.
Henderson dishes to Roberts. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
Guys, this is the second season since the league returned to a 2-2-1-1-1 finals format.
I like that shooting.
That's the feeling was.
And here is Burke, averaging 12 points a game. To the wing right side. Here's Hood. That one falls, coming off Burke's feet. Hood's got his second basket of the night.
I couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's worked, especially offensively, and what a lead they have.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Jazz.
They've set the first half tone by really getting out in transition.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Williams is out there with Henderson. Then there's Brian Roberts. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Stevenson in at the shooting guard position. It's good, and the Jazz lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Jefferson.
Marvin Williams, the former number 2 pick out of North Carolina back in 2005, now in his 10th season in the NBA.
And for the Hornets, their shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Here's Roberts, and he gets the bucket. Roberts got 9. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. And Williams never a star, but he is a quality defender able to space the floor.
You know, you've got to take him for what he is, and that's really a solid rotation player throughout his career. Kevin, there are only 25 to 30 all-star caliber players in the league, maybe 35. After that, everybody else is a role player, and you have to understand that and embrace it and accept it. Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
No good for Mr. Clutch. Hornets trail by 13. Outside for Jefferson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Great job taking it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left him no choice but to foul there.
Charlotte shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Well, solid numbers for this club from the free throw line this season, shooting about 77% collectively.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And what a tremendous game for Mr. Clutch. 16 points, and he's added to his numbers by hitting 4 shots from the three-point line.
Well, 12 points from long range, so the defense has to figure out a way to defend him a little differently, try to get into his airspace.
Hornets trail by 13. Stevenson outside. Jefferson setting the pick for Stevenson. The 17-footer. Shot's good by Jefferson. Jefferson's got 6. Utah leading by 11. Here's Mr. Clutch. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Some teams live and die by the three. Let's check out the best. The Jazz, #1.
Shooting for Utah.
You know, unlike some of the other team statistics, there are a few key guys who have helped get them to the top of the leaderboard more than other teams. I mean, this is an outstanding three-point shooting team. They take advantage of their strengths by getting good looks from behind the arc.
Here's Roberts. Second shot opportunity, and Derek Favors pulls it down. Here's Mr. Clutch and the powerful one-handed slam. And now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
Injuries are such a difficult part of this game.
And from a glance, you really can't tell just how bad it is, but he's going to come out, and we'll find out now how bad it is. He may be done for the game.
Vonleh's checked in for Charlotte. And Roberts kicks to Jefferson. And off the glass, that one's good. Jefferson's got 8 points.
So it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
Jazz leading by 13. Here's Mr. Clutch. 22 points for him. Down low. From 13. Cannot hit.
Great look. Disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one down.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Here's Roberts. He's got 13. The fader. And he overshot that one, missing. Here's Mr. Clutch. Henderson defending. Here's Hayward. Buries it from about 10 feet away.
He's been key for this team's offense, the way he's distributed the ball.
Yeah, you know, the offense is just moving through him, Steve. No doubt.
Dishes it to Henderson. Jefferson, a screen on Hayward. Henderson passes to Jefferson. Off the mark from 16 feet out.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
Well, guys, for a point guard, he can punch it.
Yes, sir. I mean, that would have been unheard of about a decade and a half ago, Kevin, seeing a guy bounce like that at his size.
Good point.
Times have changed, though. Guys, we got guards all over the league who can play way above the rims.
Time now for an injury report.
Thanks, Kevin. I got some news from the Hornets head athletic trainer. Unfortunately, guys, he said it doesn't look good. This would be a terrible loss for his team if he were to miss this time, as they are gearing up for the last leg of the season. Just when you don't want injuries, Kevin.
All right, Doris. Really appreciate you finding out how he's doing.
Yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed and hope he's back out on the court soon.
Rehabbing is a tough process, Steve, and with any luck for him, it'll be a short one. He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Out to Hayward from the arc. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
Agreed. I mean, you look at the points, I mean, they're getting a lot of baskets off of assists, so the offense really clicking here.
And that one's good by Henderson.
And it was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Here's Mr. Clutch. And the Jazz, another three.
That's 3 in a row, guys. 3 three-pointers consecutively. These guys are just raining in shots.
Yeah, the defenders can't be as soft as they've been on the perimeter there.
Stevenson dishes to Vonleh. Henderson, no one around him. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
Let's see the stat sheet here on Lance Stevenson. Outstanding year for him. It's like 5th in field goal percentage. He's been locked in from behind the arc, guys. He's in the top 20 in the NBA in three-point field goal percentage.
And you go back to his shooting percentage just for a minute here, Steve. I mean, you think about it. What makes a guy a high-percentage shooter? Well, you take the shots that you work on. You don't take bad shots. And you let the game come to you. You don't force shots.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
Mr. Clutch, the best division.
I like the way they played here in the first half. Just an intelligent floor game, getting good shots.
Numbers certainly back that up. They're shooting a much better percentage.
Stevenson kicks to Roberts. Unloads from 13. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
The Hornets really having a tough go right now. Roberts dishes to Henderson. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.